Today I'm going to talk about legalizing medical marijuana at the federal level. The need is growing for a more natural way to help with medical issues. Medical marijuana has a lot of medical diagnoses that it can help with. However, there's a huge misconception in regards to it. What if you knew someone that was suffering from a medical illness and the pills weren't helping or the side effects were too much? There is a more natural way to go about this. A lot of people do not do their research when it comes to medical marijuana. They just assume people are trying to use it in order to abuse it, which is not always accurate. It is accurate in some aspects, but not in all. Take fibromyalgia, for example. Fibromyalgia is something that I suffer from. I have taken numerous different pills prescribed by my rheumatologist, and the side effects were so bad I opted out of it and just refused to take anything anymore. He wrote me a recommendation to get my medical card, but because the state fees are so high, I refused to go get my medical card. If you walk into a crowd and there are several people standing in there, half the crowd is probably going to be for legalizing medical marijuana at the federal level, and half the people are going to be against legalizing marijuana at the federal level. Only because the ones that usually are not for it are the ones that are also not the ones doing the research and looking at what it can help. There are a lot of people that do abuse medical marijuana, but there are people that abuse things every day, whether it be a minor abusing alcohol or all the other illicit drugs that people use that they should not be using because they're illegal. So regardless, something is always going to be abused in the United States and around the world. Medical marijuana is legal in many states, but because it is not federally legal, one could still lose their job over it if they test positive for THC. Another reason why medical marijuana has yet to be legalized federally is because it is said that medical marijuana is under a certain tax code, and the government would lose money because they would end up being out of the tax code that they're in right now. That is something I'm not going to get into in this speech. That's not exactly what the speech is about. Marijuana is rarely addictive, although some people develop a physical dependence on it. There's a difference. The physical dependence is when one constantly smokes marijuana, and because they're smoking the marijuana, they continually need more THC to get the same high that they would get on an everyday basis. If one chooses to stop smoking marijuana, they could develop irritability and mood swings. WebMD has stated not only is fibromyalgia something that medical marijuana could help, those who suffer from seizure disorders is also a really big thing that medical marijuana can help. It has been proven to help. A lot of people, like I said, do not do their research and they don't understand it. So in conclusion, I do believe that medical marijuana should be federally legalized, and that's just because I am someone that could benefit from it, and I am a huge advocate for medical marijuana. I do not believe in the ones that abuse it, but that is something you can't simply control. So I would encourage everybody to research it, research what it helps. Look it up on WebMD. They will state everything and all the disorders and all the medical conditions that it does actually help and has been proven to help.